Peggy, where are you right now? There's something important that we need to talk about as soon as possible.
Hey there, Dan. I'm actually out at a client's office right now. Is it something urgent? If so, you can go ahead and tell me right now if you'd like.
You're sure you don't want to talk in person?
I guess it's up to you. If you want to tell me now, then tell me now. Otherwise, I can wait.
Okay, then I guess I'll come right out and say it.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Peggy, I want to get a divorce.
You... what?
And after we get divorced, I'm gonna keep the house, so I want you to move out.
Hold on, Dan. I don't understand. You want to get divorced? What's the matter? This is so sudden. I'm at a loss for words.
It's anything but sudden. I've been sick and tired of you for years now. Ever since I took over my dad's business, things have only been getting better and better for me. Our loyal customers are as loyal as ever, and we're gaining new clients every day, it seems. And you've been nothing but a blood-sucking leech every single step of the way.
Excuse me? I'm a leech? I have no idea why you would say that to me. You made me your second in command, and I've worked as hard as I could to support you and the business for the last 20 years.
Oh, would you get over yourself already? I only gave you that position because you're my wife. But somehow you've gotten it into your head that you're some sort of high-powered businesswoman. And in spite of that, all you ever do all day is live large, spending my money.
I don't believe this. What exactly do you think I'm doing right now? I'm at the office of one of our clients. I've been meeting with different clients every single day for the last several weeks.
Oh, for Pete's sake, you actually think your little chit-chat sessions actually accomplish anything? Please, I'm the top dog at this company, and the sole reason we're as successful as we are is because of my business acumen. You just don't seem to get that, though, so whether it's at home or at the office, you're always acting like a big shot. I just can't take it anymore.
But Dan, don't you think we should talk about this a bit more? I'm sure we can work out our differences somehow.
There's nothing else for us to talk about. My mind is made up. And besides, I've already got your replacement lined up.
My replacement? What's that supposed to mean? You mean you're hiring someone to take over my position at the company?
Ha! As if I'd waste money paying someone to have tea and biscuits with our clients. No, I mean your replacement in the home. I have a new girl to take your place in my life. She's 20 years old and more of a woman than you ever were. I'm gonna get married to her as soon as our divorce is finalized, so get out of my house.
Oh my God. Dan, you've been cheating on me? How could you do that to me? I'm your wife.
Not for much longer, and besides, you should be grateful that I've been putting up with you for as long as I have. Most men would have kicked you to the curb a long time ago, and that's all there is to it. You and I are through. Once you're done talking about your favorite soap operas with the secretaries over there, get back to the office and clean out your desk. You're fired.
No. You're firing me today?
Fortunately, we have at-will employment here, so firing you from the company is gonna be way easier than firing you as my wife.
I have worked so hard for so long in order to make this company as successful as possible. And this is how you repay me? You can't do this to me, Dan. It's not fair.
Sure it is. It's my company after all, right? I can hire and fire whoever I want whenever I want. Once you're gone, I'll have my new wife take your place as my second in command. I'll bet having such a young and lovely woman around the factory is gonna give a big morale boost to all the boys working on the line. You see, I'm a brilliant businessman. I can run this place just fine without you.
You really think so, do you, Dan? You think you'll be fine without me around?
Of course I do. I've always been the brains of the operation anyway. As a matter of fact, I bet we'll become more successful than ever before. I wish you the best of luck in your personal endeavors. You'll need all the luck you can get.
This can't be happening. This cannot be happening.
Be sure to leave your desk nice and tidy for when my new wife starts using it.
Hey there, Harvey. Do you have a minute?
For you, Peggy, I've got all the time in the world. Oh, did you finish up your meeting with that new client? How did it go?
It went fantastically. It seems like they're going to renew their contract as well as increase their order size.
That's great news. You really are something else, you know that? Seriously, it's crazy to think about what the company is doing these days. Back when the previous owner was in charge, we only ever took orders from smaller companies that he had a personal relationship with. We were just an average-sized player on the local scene, but look at us now! We're competing for contracts with major companies all across the country!
And it's all thanks to you and all the other hardworking employees who gave their all every day they come in.
Nah, don't be ridiculous. Most of the employees here have been here since the previous owner was still in charge. Our company's success is all thanks to you. We never really started expanding until you came along.
That's not true at all. I remember back when I first got married to Daniel and started working here. It was all foreign to me. I've never worked in this industry before. You, however, always took the time to help me understand the company, the market, and our clients. I never would have accomplished anything if not for your support. And I'll never forget your kindness.
Wow, that's the kind of thing you say to people at a going-away party. Is this something you're not telling me?
Well, actually there is.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. What's going on, Peggy?
The truth is that I've just been fired.
What? Are you joking? Tell me this is a joke. I mean, I could maybe understand if you were resigning for some personal reason, but you've been fired?
If you think you're shocked, imagine how I felt when my husband told me he was firing me a few minutes ago.
So you're serious then? Dan really fired you? But why would he do that?
According to him, he says he wants to divorce me and marry another woman.
Wait, he's marrying someone else? But what happened between the two of you? You never seemed unhappy.
In public, we've done our best to keep up appearances. But if I'm being totally honest, things haven't been going terribly well for us these last several years. I'm not all that surprised to hear that he wants to break up with me.
So that's why he's firing you? Because he's divorcing you?
That's right. And his plan is to install his new 20-year-old wife as my successor.
You mean he thinks some random girl young enough to be his daughter can take your place? What on earth is that man thinking?
He wasn't like this before, back when the company was still a local operation. Once the company started taking off, though, his personality began to change bit by bit.
Wow, I can't believe it. You're really leaving the company.
Leaving? Yes, but don't worry. I would never abandon you entirely. I've grown so close to everyone at the office over the years that you're like a family to me.
And we think of you in the same way, Peggy.
So I think I'm going to try talking things over with Daniel one more time. How I move forward from there will depend on how he responds to me.
All right. I trust you, Peggy. I know you'll never do wrong by us.
I appreciate your trust, Harvey. Now, I do have one request to make of you. I'd rather avoid making the other employees too worried about the situation. So would you mind terribly keeping this a secret for the time being?
Sure thing, Peggy.
Tell me, Dan, are you really intending to replace me at the company with your mistress?
Yeah, of course I am. And by the way, can we get the whole divorce process moving along already? I'd rather not drag this out.
As you wish. I'll contact my lawyer as soon as possible. I have to admit, while I was awfully shocked to hear that you had been cheating on me, I'm not so blind that I couldn't see how poorly we've been getting along lately. The only question I have is, why? Why did things get this way? And what about you? You used to be an incredibly hardworking man, Dan. But now look at you. What did you get done this week? You give all the hard work to me while you do, I don't know, whatever it is that you do when you leave the office at 10 and come back at 4.
Don't patronize me. I'm doing important business stuff all day.
Like what?
Like super important business stuff.
That's what I thought. Absolutely nothing. We've been waiting all this time, hoping that one day you'd go back to your old self. We got accustomed to making up for your slack a long time ago. I was a complete newcomer to the industry when we first got married, and you hired me into the company. But I was grateful that you trusted me so much that you gave me such a high-ranking position. I've learned a lot these last 20 years and made a great number of friends along the way. And since you were the one who gave me the opportunity to do that, I was able to put up with your nonsense, up until now. But even I have my limits, Dan. I'm not going to put up with it anymore.
Well, as long as I own the company, you have just two options, my way or the highway. It's my company and I call all the shots. I make all the rules. I'm the boss, you're the employee. That means you do as I say when I say.
I'm aware of that, but you don't seem to be aware that you have a responsibility to act in the company's best interest.
Oh, please, would you give it a rest already? We've got tons of clients now making big orders, and we have tons of employees who all know how to do their jobs, so the game is over. I already won. I can just cruise straight through to retirement on autopilot, and everything will go just fine. Not to mention the best part is that I don't have any more reason to keep you around. Now I won't have to deal with you spending my money on stupid, ugly clothes, stupid, gross food, or stupid, boring vacations. Every single cent that comes into this company now goes straight into my wallet, and I can use it all to spoil my lovely young wife. So hurry up and divorce me and move all your old woman clothes out of my house, will ya?
You seem pretty confident you can run the company on autopilot from now on, but I doubt the employees will be so happy to hear I'm leaving.
First of all, they won't even notice you're gone. Second of all, even if they do get all weepy over you leaving, I don't care. They have the same choice as you do. Either do as I say or they're fired. And without you around to get on my back about treating those losers better, I'm gonna make them work twice as hard as before.
Is that what you think of the hardworking men and women at our company? You think they're just slaves you can boss around?
Heh, I wish they were slaves, then I could make them work without having to pay them. I'm a businessman, Peggy. I'll do right by the ones who are worth a damn, and the ones who aren't, they'll be out the door right after you're gone.
You're just going to purge the company of all the good people who won't be yes men for your every whim?
And so what if I am? What's wrong with that? What good is an employee who won't listen to what his boss tells him to do?
All right, Dan. I see that there's no getting through to you on this. Well, if that's the way you're going to be, then I'll have no choice but to make moves of my own. And I don't think you're going to like the result.
You don't scare me. What are you gonna do? Spray your old woman perfume all over the office?
Goodbye, Dan.
Good riddance to bad rubbish. What's going on, Peggy?
We've been divorced for a month now, Dan. I don't know why you're suddenly texting me for small talk.
This isn't about small talk, you know that. I want to know why I just got a call from a client who wants to cancel their contract.
Well, it sounds like they want to cancel their contract. That sort of thing happens all the time, though. I'm not sure why you're acting so upset about it.
I wouldn't get so upset if it were just one of our clients. That's only the first call that I've gotten today. In the last week, I lost contracts with 10 of our clients, including some that have been dealing with this company since my dad was still in charge. And it's not just lost clients. There were a number of companies about to sign new contracts with us that all of a sudden changed their minds.
My goodness. That's terribly bad luck, isn't it?
Don't play dumb with me, Peggy. This has nothing to do with luck. I know that this is all you're doing.
What's that? You think I had something to do with this?
I don't think so, I know so. I called up the company's reps and I asked them personally. And every single time I talked to somebody, the answer was exactly the same. They said that they weren't going to deal with us if you were leaving the company. So let's start this conversation over again, shall we? What is going on, Peggy? I can sue you for this, you know. This is tortious interference. I'm gonna sue the pants off of you.
Now, hold it right there, Dan. I don't appreciate such an untoward allegation. Those companies all made their own decisions without any input or prodding from me. If you're angry at me, your anger is misplaced.
Yeah, right. As if I'd believe you. I know you must have said something to them. There's no other reason that I would be losing this many clients in such a short period of time. It's just not possible.
Actually, there's a perfectly good reason for them to cease dealing with you. You just don't want to accept it.
What? If there's some other reason for this, then tell me right now.
Gladly. It's very simple, Dan. They simply don't like you, don't trust you, and don't want to deal with you.
That's nonsense. I've been a prominent member of this industry for decades now.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. It's a small market, and you've been around for a long time, so everyone knows all about you. Including, for example, the fact that you have the business sense of a high schooler and you don't actually do any of the work around here. The only reason that we've been gaining so many clients since you took over is because the other companies trust me and all our hardworking employees. They heard I was leaving the company and they asked me why, so I told them. They didn't say anything to me about cutting off their business with you. I had nothing to do with it.
You mean you told them that I fired you?
What was I supposed to do? Lie to them? All I did was tell the truth, nothing more. They were surprised and upset to find out I was departing. We've been working together for decades after all.
Do you have any idea how much damage you've done to my company? To me?
Aren't you paying attention? I didn't do anything to you. The companies made their decisions on their own. Even if you wanted to blame me for telling them you fired me, that still makes it your fault for firing me in the first place.
You little...
Are you sure you have the time to be sending me angry text? Regardless of the circumstances, you have no choice but to figure this mess out yourself. Why not ask your new second-in-command to come up with a new business strategy? On second thought, maybe better not. She'd probably only make things worse.
Don't you care at all about what happens to this company and all its employees?
Now that we're divorced and I'm not working there anymore, it isn't any of my business now, is it?
How could you be so cruel to me? Harvey, it's me. We've got urgent business to discuss. You've no doubt heard about how many clients we've lost these last few weeks, right? Yeah, I am aware. The company is officially in full-on crisis mode. Get the word out to all the employees. Everyone is coming in on Saturdays and Sundays until I tell you otherwise. Furthermore, I'm ordering all workers to cease their regular duties and instead focus on making sales calls for the next week. And any employee who doesn't make at least 5 sales is getting their pay docked by 50%. You know I can't do that, Dan. Do you really expect me to pull guys off the line and have them make sales calls instead? That would put us behind on all our remaining contracts. To breach of contract fees alone would bankrupt us, not to mention your threat of docking their pay is a clear violation of labor laws. Don't give me that! We're in the middle of a crisis here! We don't have time to worry about silly little things like labor laws! And what about you, Dan? Are you going to be in the office making sales calls along with all the other employees? No, I have other important duties to attend to. And your new wife as well? Of course, her too. We're executives. We have incredibly important work to do. Such as? Supervising! Someone has to make sure you guys are doing what I tell you to do. Wow. Is that the best you could come up with? You're as bad of a liar as you are a businessman. What did you just say to me? Something I should have said a long time ago. It's not just me either. Everyone feels the same way about you. What's the matter with you? You can't talk to me like that. I'm your boss. Not anymore, you're not. I quit. You quit? You mean you're just going to abandon this company in its time of need? Yup. I started working here when your father was still in charge, so I know what it's like to work for a competent boss, and you are nothing like your father. I made my mind up to quit the second I heard that you'd fired Peggy. If you're willing to fire somebody on a whim like you did to her, then there's no way I'll ever have job security as long as I'm here. I'll go work somewhere with a more worker-friendly corporate culture. Hey, you've got the wrong idea. This is what she wanted to happen. All of a sudden, the other day, she came to me and said that she was tired of working here and wanted to quit. I tried to talk her out of it, but there was no changing her mind. But if she quit her job, then it would make it harder for her to get unemployment benefits. So I decided to do the best thing I could to support her and downsized her position. There's not a single person at this company who would ever believe a stupid story like that, Dan. Especially not me. I've been working right alongside her since she first joined the company. She knows the company's products as well as our most experienced line workers, and she's one of the best saleswomen I've ever met. She's practically single-handedly responsible for our company's performance, and you just up and fired her. I'm not gonna stand for that. If you value this company as much as you claim you do, then your only choice is to turn it back around on your own. On my own? What do you mean on my own? I mean, every single employee is gonna tender their resignations effective immediately. We've been talking about what to do for the last month since you fired Peggy, and every single person is in agreement. Wait a minute. Everyone? You mean, like, everyone? Yes. As of the end of business today, this company will officially have only 2 employees, you and your new wife. Personally, I'd rather never have to see your face again, so I left my resignation on my desk. Best of luck, Dan. I don't believe it! Every single one of my employees is quitting!
Wow, that's crazy.
You knew this was going to happen, didn't you?
Honestly, yeah, I kinda did. Actually, Harvey personally told me that he was going to quit his job right after I told him about you firing me. Then, once the other employees heard about what you did, they realized they couldn't put up with you anymore either. You should count your lucky stars that there hasn't been a mutiny like this before now. The truth is that they've been fed up with your awful leadership for a long time now. I was the one who convinced everyone to stay.
Are you being serious?
I sure am. The only thing holding them back from leaving was me asking them not to. You may be the owner of that company on paper, but no one ever looked to you as their boss. All you were was a desk ornament.
I don't believe this. They were all a bunch of idiots.
Wait, what? Oh, what makes you say that?
They just don't get it. This is a business, not a luxury hotel. Having a job means putting up with whatever your boss wants from you in order to put food on the table. And just look at what they've done to themselves. They're all unemployed now. A bunch of those guys were pretty close to retirement, too. They'll never find another company to give them the positions and pay they were getting here. Their lives are over now, and it's all your fault.
Oh, you don't need to be worried about them at all.
Oh, yeah? Just where do you think they'll find jobs, huh?
At my factory.
What? Your factory? You don't have a factory!
Not yet anyway, but I think I'm going to start one up. They can come over to my company and do basically the same stuff they're doing now.
There's no way you can do that. Where are you gonna get the money, huh?
Where do people usually get money to start businesses? From banks, investors, and a few government subsidies. And I already got the money. The factory is going to open next month. Harvey is coming over to work with me, as are all of your other soon-to-be ex-employees. Did you really think I would just abandon them to unemployment?
I guess that makes sense. I can't imagine them walking away from their jobs so suddenly without something else in mind, but what makes you so sure you can do it? I mean, you're gonna have a couple dozen employees on payroll right away. Do you even have enough money to pay their salaries?
Well, it's certainly not going to be a walk in the park. It'll be a new experience for all of us, and it's going to carry substantial risk.
You could say that again. Most business startups fail, and you will too. Just wait and see.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. After all, your old clients have said they would love to do business with us.
What?
They terminated their contracts with you, didn't they? That doesn't change the fact that they need the parts you made. They'll need a new supplier, and that supplier is going to be me.
You have to be joking!
Unfortunately for you, this is no joke. I'll not only have the experienced and skilled human resources from your company, but they'll be doing their work with new, cutting-edge machinery. Our parts will be higher quality and cheaper than yours, so you can't really blame them for jumping ship and switching to a better supplier. I'm also planning on implementing a generous benefits package for my employees to help retain current workers, as well as attract new high-quality human resources. And as the company's owner, I'm fully prepared to do whatever it takes to ensure they feel welcome and appreciated.
So you're serious about this, huh? You're really prepared to suffer the consequences if you fail?
I've made my choice, and I'll live with whatever consequences it may bring.
Well, fine then, be that way. But don't you forget that my company has one thing that yours doesn't: name recognition. I don't care if I lose all my workers and customers. I'll just hire new workers and find new customers. Not to mention, I've got a gorgeous young wife with me. With her by my side, I can do anything. I don't know why I was so upset about this. I'm not in a crisis or anything. This is nothing.
I'm glad you're confident. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm very busy right now and need to get back to work. Don't message me again.
And the same goes for you. Don't come crying to me when you go bankrupt in a week.
What's going on, Dan? You're late on your alimony payment this month.
Peggy, it's so wonderful to hear from you. How have you been?
Save the small talk, Dan. I'm not texting you because I want to chat. I'm asking you why you didn't make your alimony payment on time.
Yeah, that. I'm sorry, Peggy. Things have been kind of hectic lately.
Hectic? Meaning?
Meaning, I had to shut down the factory.
Uh-oh, really? I thought you said you were going to hire new workers and start over again.
I did. I mean, I tried to. But the new workers I hired all quit right away.
I have a pretty good idea as to why.
Also, a few of them are suing me for workplace harassment, and they're asking for a ton of money.
I'm shocked, Dan. You don't seem the type.
I know, right? The judge hasn't ruled yet, but it's not looking good for me. Once word got out about the lawsuits, I just couldn't find any new workers anymore, so I had to scale down production. And then last month it became official. The company is bankrupt.
I see. And how's your new wife taking all this?
That little brat, she ran off a long time ago.
Wow, you already got divorced?
Divorced? How? We never even got married in the first place. Once she found out about the situation at the company, she broke up with me.
She did? Huh, I'm surprised. She must have been a lot more intelligent than I gave her credit for.
So, long story short, I'm stretched super thin right now. Could you possibly wait a little while for me to start making alimony payments again?
No. Your personal circumstances don't change your obligations to me. If you aren't making any money at your company, then go and get a job or something.
I'm hearing that your factory is doing pretty well these days.
We are, yeah. It's all thanks to the people who work hard every day to make it a success.
You think you could maybe, give me a job? If you hire me, I'll make enough money to pay the alimony I owe you. What do you say? It sounds like a win-win situation to me.
I would never hire you in a million years, Dan.
But why not?
Exactly what job would you be capable of doing here?
What do you mean? I was the owner of a factory for decades.
Yeah, and own was all you did there. You never did any actual work that would be expected of an executive.
But I can work on the production line. It's just a bunch of pushing buttons and pulling levers, right?
The fact that you think that's all that goes into manufacturing is proof positive that you can't handle working on the line. There's a lot more than just pushing buttons and pushing levers, and it's appalling that you don't understand that.
Don't you have any feelings left for me at all? We were together for 20 years.
We were, Dan, and then what happened?
Well, I don't know, a lot of stuff happened.
I'll say, like you for leaving me for a younger woman? What makes you think I would give you a hand after you did that to me? There's not a woman in the world who would do that for you.
Please, Peggy, I'm begging you. I'm in big trouble.
That's not my problem. Pay what you owe me immediately. If you don't, then I'll have to petition the court to start seizing your assets.
You can't do this to me.
I can, and I will. There's no avoiding this, Dan. I will pursue you to the ends of the earth. Hey, Harvey, got a minute?
You know the answer to that question.
Yeah, I know. For you, Peggy, I've got all the time in the world. I just texted Dan, and he said that his company went bankrupt.
Wow, really? That's crazy, but not unexpected. Why did you go out of your way to text him, though?
I needed to talk to him about his alimony payments. I think there's a chance he might start coming around the factory, so get the word out to all the employees. Tell them to be on the lookout for him. He's probably going to try to beg for money.
Boy, just when I thought he was out of your life for good. I'm sorry he's causing you so much trouble.
Nah, it's not really that bad. Breaking up with him was the best thing that had ever happened to me. Really, I should be apologizing to you. It was a mistake to ask you guys to put up with him for so long.
You didn't do anything wrong. You don't need to apologize to me.
No, I definitely do. There was no shortage of options for dealing with him. We all could have teamed up and convinced him to either shape up or resign. There were some legal options available to us as well. Him firing me was the direct result of my inability to realize that I had those options. I was so committed to the idea of allowing him to keep his position at the top of the company that I was blind to all of the far better solutions.
But in the end, it resulted in all of us being able to work for you. There was some trouble along the way, but I'm glad things turned out the way they did.
Thanks, Harvey. I feel the same way. A month went by after that, and Dan still hadn't made his alimony payment. So, just like I told him, I petitioned the court to start seizing his assets. He burned through most of his savings to keep his company afloat. So basically, the only thing he had left to seize was his house. So I seized it. The judge ruled in favor of his employees in their workplace harassment suit too. That double punch was the finishing blow for his finances. He had no choice but to take on multiple part-time jobs in order to pay what he owed to me and his former employees. But he still doesn't make enough to pay all his bills, so he's currently spiraling deeper and deeper into debt. Things are only going to get worse for him from here on out, but that's not really my concern anymore. As for me, things are going great at my factory, and I'm busy every day running the place. It was nice to be living on my own for a change at first, but I started to get lonely after a while, so I got a pet cat to keep me company. I spent far too many years of my life focusing all of my effort on working for Dan, and I want to spend the rest of my life doing what's best for me, as well as all my valued employees, of